Good, y'all. I'm Jey, about to check out Jey Uso finally turns on Roman Reigns. This video is about the great one. If y'all saw SmackDown last night, you would know that Jey Uso super kicked Roman Reigns. Another super kick heard around the world. Much better than the one with Jimmy kicked Roman at the last pay-per-view. This last night, I felt like Jey released so much pent-up aggression when he hit that super kick on Roman. And the fact that this is 3 years after putting up so much abuse, so much punishment, so much manipulation from Roman Reigns, he finally said enough was enough. He chose his brother over his cousin and his other brother over the other brother and the bloodline as well. So y'all see my bloodline shirt, got the Island of Relevancy shirt on right now when things was good between the bloodline. And it's already official. The match will be set up at Money in the Bank. In 2 weeks, it will be Solo and Roman Reigns versus the Usos. So we're going to see who wins that match at Money in the Bank. But we about to check out this video. Let's go.
Jey Uso finally turned on Roman
I was so
Reigns.
hyped when this
What a
happened.
day for wrestling fans.
I was so hyped.
Sami Zayn. What a day for Roman Reigns. Man, it's so awesome that SmackDown just keeps on banging. WWE have something really special with this storyline. Welcome back to the channel again, another banger of SmackDown. But what piqued my interest is that Roman Reigns is actually carrying all three championships, even though logically these two titles shouldn't even exist at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just a prop, and once Roman
like a power move for him.
We'll go back to this. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Yeah, it looks cool, but at the end of the day, it kind of makes the World Heavyweight Championship look even less important. Whatever. Great show. Not gonna complain today. The only negative thing I'll say is that AJ Styles is a hypocrite. So he got approached by Scarlett and she was making moves. AJ said this. I'm married, bitch. Like, AJ, great. Respect that. That's exactly what he should have done.
What happened?
And that's the exact same you should have done a few years ago. I guess AJ's priorities were a little bit different a few years ago. So we'll talk about this SmackDown, but first a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Wrestling GM, where you can actually prove that you can book it better. Wrestling GM is the best wrestling simulation game in the world. The only game where you can be a business owner, TV show writer, and universe creator at the same time. Pick who fights, who becomes champion, manage each wrestler's career, write your own storylines and feuds, and even create your own wrestlers and companies. Find out why 250k plus players continually keep playing Wrestling GM. The game is daily, and the opportunities to play it are right into it. The show kicks off with the Bloodline arriving to the arena. Kayla wants an update on Jey Uso. Roman says,
man,
hey,
your girlfriend's here.
Girlfriend's here. And Paul Heyman didn't say anything.
Just stared at her.
You can tell. You can tell there's a lot of sexual energy going on. Paul Heyman is a one-hole to go live, and it was time for the #1 contenders match for the WWE.
I was surprised the Street Profits got put out so early.
Match, and most of the time, maybe all the time, it doesn't make any sense because it goes by.
Brawler Bruce dominated.
It's almost as if, you know, the superstars don't have as much health as they have in normal matches. So the first two teams were the Street Profits, Sheamus and Ridge. This was pretty fun, and the Brawling Brutes defeated the Street Profits. The second team were the Good Brothers. Again, it's interesting how they book these matches because all of a sudden everyone becomes just a complete loser, and of course the Brawling Brutes won again. Then it was the LWO, which was actually pretty fun, and that's when it became kinda unpredictable, but the Brawling Brutes won again. It was time for Hit Row. They got immediately eliminated. Hit Row, guys, don't pick up your phones. Do not pick up your phones. And finally, it was Pretty Deadly, and that was kind of surprising, in my opinion, a little bit disappointing, because Pretty Deadly actually won against the Brawling Brutes. Fine, you want to push them, right? It's a new tag team, I get it. Fine.
That match might be good at Money in the Bank.
And Kevin Owens versus the Brawling Brutes, though. You know, this is kinda disappointing. They were celebrating and celebrating until Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got enough. Sami Zayn is confused why Kevin Owens is not as angry as Sami, but he says, well, you told me not to get angry. But of course I'm angry. Pretty Deadly made fun of Sami Zayn's appearance, because of course they did. And eventually Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just said, let's beat the shit out of him. That's exactly what they tried to do, but Pretty Deadly run away. Yeah, not the most interesting thing in the world. The whole match was kind of fun, but again, again, gauntlet matches don't make any sense. We see the Bloodline backstage and all 3 WWE World Championships. Heyman asks Roman if you talk to Jey. Reigns says, I'm the tribal chief.
When Jey
now, so
becomes
he should
the
talk
tribal
to
chief,
me. He then
he should reach
demands
out to
that
people.
Heyman go find him to do so. Okay, there's one question I have for you guys. Maybe I missed an episode of SmackDown, but why is Jey Uso so angry at Paul Heyman? What did Heyman do so wrong? Is it just that manipulation, or there's something that I completely missed? Then we saw Io Sky versus Zelina Vega. 2 women are in the Money in the Bank match. It was actually pretty fun, you know. We got Damage Control in danger again. So Bayley tried to help, but eventually cost Io Sky the match. Zelina Vega with the 619, and she takes the W. I think there's a big chance Zelina Vega might just win. Or Io Sky, that's another big possibility. So
Io Sky is going to turn on Bayley pretty soon.
Going to turn on who? Bayley on Io, or Io on Bayley? In my honest opinion, Damage Control, the faction, is not doing favors to any of these women. Bayley was
really
once
not.
one of the top women.
They hadn't won nothing big since coming in. Io and Dakota won tag team titles twice, but Bayley hasn't done anything since she kind of joined up with them.
Do that. Eventually, they need to break up. Bianca Belair demands to know when the rematch is happening.
That woman's so fine.
Charlotte Flair is facing Asuka in 2 weeks, so
I'm sorry, Montez Ford. That woman is fine as hell.
Talked about. Well, then Bianca is going to do what Bianca wants to do, which most of the time means beating some ass. We got Grayson Waller effect with Charlotte Flair. He was simping, wooing, all that shit. A lot of talk about 15, 16, 17 World Championships. Yeah, Charlotte is going to break that record at some point, and it's weird how in wrestling it's a brag, but it just means you lost that championship so many times. Like if that happens during like a 20-30 year WWE career, I get it, but then 10 of these championship victories happen in like 3 or 4 years. Is that even a brag? Is that even a flex? Of course, we saw Bianca Belair. She doesn't understand why Charlotte Flair got the championship match. She criticized Charlotte Flair for leaving, and Bianca is doing it the right way. Charlotte says she's a champion with or without the championship. I would say the exact same thing if I 90% of the time held the championship. I think eventually it's going to be a triple threat match at a pay-per-view. I think once we get Asuka versus Charlotte, we're going to get a disqualification, and then it's going to turn into a triple threat match. Probably SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. Paul Heyman apologizes for telling the truth. He apologized for Jimmy super kicking him. He says Jimmy meant to super kick you. And Jey apologized for having to kick Paul Heyman out of the bloodline. I'll say this, it was actually unpredictable. Like, I had no idea what Jey Uso was going to do or how the storyline is going to progress. Maybe Jimmy is in it. You know, maybe Jimmy is the right-hand man now. Maybe Jey Uso is going to turn on Jimmy and we're going to get Uso versus Uso. Lots of possibilities. Maybe Solo is going to turn on Reigns, and then we're going to have these 3. And it's really unpredictable, and that's why I like the storyline. We got AJ Styles and Michin versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Is it Mia Yim or is it Michin?
Way too early in my opinion. Why are you already
which name they use?
Match? I guess since it's a mixed tag team match, it doesn't really matter that much. Well, whatever the case may be, I actually like the result because Karrion Kross, you know, was not getting many W's in the WWE. Well, whether he was getting those or not, nobody gave a shit. So him beating AJ Styles is pretty big. Obviously, we got that spot. He says, I'm married, bitch. Karrion Kross and Scarlett actually won, so that's pretty awesome in my opinion. Obviously, I prefer AJ Styles like 1,000 times more. I guess most of us can say that, but I'm just saying, man, you need to build this guy. There's potential, but for whatever reason, it's just not working. Rey Mysterio introduces to the next Money in the Bank holder, Santos Escobar. He talked a lot in Spanish. He's doing it for Rey. He's doing it for his country, for the supporters, and all that shit. We see LA Knight. He pushes Rey. We got a brawl, which turned into a match. So during the whole match, again, people just show that LA Knight appreciation. People love that guy. You know, even though he's a heel, and people like they like Santos.
Yeah, he
Escobar,
attacked
right?
Santos
just like they like Montez Ford, but they like LA Knight.
And they was cheering for him. They were still cheering for LA Knight after he attacked Santos.
He attacked Santos Escobar and left standing tall. I'm going to say it again, LA Knight for Money in the Bank. That's all I want. A lot of people are saying, well, DeWitton, how could you say that we, should have more stars in this match? And I'm saying not because I don't want, new stars getting the opportunity or whatever. I actually like that. I love that we don't really have that many, well, none, former WWE champions. But I like the risk. I like the... How do I put this? I like being scared. You know, putting someone like Brock Lesnar in this match. I don't want Brock to win Money in the Bank. It's a waste of time, right?
No.
It's a waste of money.
Why did they do it in 2019?
Opportunity.
No.
But it makes me want to watch. Like, I don't want to see this guy win. When I watch wrestling, I like this feeling of feeling stressed. That's when wrestling feels kinda real. That's when you're really invested. I don't know. I may not make
He's
a lot
telling the
of
truth.
sense.
He's not lying.
It's time for the reveal. Will Jey Uso be in the bloodline? He says it's either Heyman or himself in the bloodline, and Roman explains how Heyman is just his wise man. When you're the tribal chief, you're going to have your own wise man. We've been grooming you for 3 years to be the next tribal chief, head of the table. The problem is your brother, not me. We see Jimmy Uso, and he says that Reigns is the real problem. He's just using you. Reigns then talks about how it took 10 years for the Usos to get to WrestleMania, and now they're main eventing WrestleMania, all because of Roman Reigns. Then Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman told Jey that Jimmy was the one that didn't want Jey Uso to be the right-hand man. Jey obviously got angry. He talked a lot of crap to Jimmy about how they've always been compared, how Jimmy always got praised, and he admits he was always competing with Jimmy. But all of this was just an act from Jey. He even thanked Roman how he had countless main events because he stepped out of Jimmy's shadow, I guess. When it comes to the bloodline, you're out. Because I'm out too. Absolutely cool stuff right here.
That kick right there had me so hyped.
With the bloodline like that reveal or that big moment
that had me hyped as hell.
It's great. It's almost as if you can take all the bloodline moments, make a top 5-10 WWE moments of the year, and all of them would be bloodline moments. That's how special, that's how, connected we are to the storyline. Then they super kicked Solo. The Usos were about to leave, but we see Roman Reigns yelling at them. And he got super kicked again. The bloodline is no more. All we have right now is Roman, Heyman, and Solo. That's basically it. It's all great. I love it.
That's who all got drafted to SmackDown.
What match are we getting? I assume a tag team match, right? Great, but a bit of a missed opportunity. I think it's time to defend that championship. They're all bragging about how he's holding that championship for over 1,000 days. But how many times is he defending it a month? Sometimes none. But yes, people, this moment was
he defended like every
beautiful.
2 or 3 months.
I love SmackDown, and today we're going to see the return of CM Punk, which is something I'm going to make a video about. I know I'm not making AEW videos at the moment, but I talked about CM Punk for such a long time now, it would be a shame for me not to talk about the actual return, right? Anyway, great SmackDown. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, or I'll...
Alright y'all, great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments on what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.